Hello, what is up? Mike Albert here. I'm a fractional CFO. Today I'm going to go through my weekly allocation. I do this to make the managing of the cash of the business, getting it in the right places, making sure I have money to pay myself, money for taxes, making sure I'm profitable. Just kind of forces or makes it possible to do all of those things at once and kind of takes some of the burden out of managing cash. So, first thing we do, log into our bank. We take our income account. This is where all of my customer payments come through. And we plug that number into this spreadsheet, which, by the way, if you want to download it, it's in the comments, or I'm sorry, it's in the description of the video. So you can go log in and make a copy for yourself, and then you can kind of adjust these based on your business. First allocation I'm going to do is to owner comp. So I'm going to take 65% of my weekly income and I'm going to put that in the owner comp account. So I'm going to go to transfers. Come on. Income to my owner comp account, which is 1173.08. Continue. Next, I'm going to do profit. So from income to profit, 54.14. And then for this profit account, basically what I do is at the end of each quarter, I'll make a distribution from that account. So as of now, for this quarter from 7/1 to 10/1, so 10/1 is my next allocation. This is how much is in my profit account for now. I'll continue to stuff money into that account until 10/1, and then I will split that money between the business reserve accounts and just taking it as compensation based on I call it a quarterly profit distribution, very similar to what big businesses do when they distribute dividends. Next, I will do my tax account. So we go from income to tax, 180.47. The reason we do this account is because we make quarterly, as a small business or a freelancer, I make quarterly payments to the government. I make federal and city. I don't have to do any state, but on each of these dates, these are my quarterly estimates. So I take a percentage of each dollar that comes in, put it in this tax account, and it just builds up until I need to make one of these payments. And when I do, that way there's always money there to do that. All right, so next we're going to go to operating, and this is what I actually use just to pay for the day-to-day expenses of running a business, things like rent, software, meals and entertainment, things like that. All right, so that should clear out my income. So I've distributed all of this income into these accounts in these amounts. So then we should be able to go back to kind of our snapshot and see all of those funds distributed. They've been distributed into owner comp, profit, tax, and operating. So next, I'm going to do the same kind of idea for paying myself. So for this quarter, which is the third quarter of 2018, I'm paying myself $1,700 per week. So the way I do that is I do a very similar allocation, but I have a few extra accounts. So I've got a brokerage account. The smartest people out there are going to tell you to save money first. So those are the first two things I'm going to do when I pay myself. So I'll go to transfers again. And we're going to be taking money out of that owner comp account to each one of these other accounts. So first is my E-Trade brokerage account. So we're going to take 10% of my weekly compensation and put it in that brokerage account. Submit. Next transfer I'm going to do is to from the owner comp account to our personal reserve savings. Now, one unique thing this week, today's actually Friday. I usually do my allocations on Thursday. I got tied up in just getting some things done for clients, and I actually had to make just these 2 allocations yesterday so that they could hit my Chase account by this morning, but I didn't have time to do the rest of my allocations, so I don't have to do these 2 because I already did them yesterday, and I'll just show you. So basically I took from the owner comp account and sent them to, they're right here, to my Chase budget for my family, and then my Chase fixed accounts. In the budget account, basically that's for food, entertainment, just anytime we go out and spend money, groceries, things like that. We try to keep that to $500 a week. And then for my fixed account, these are things like utilities, mortgage, kind of more of those fixed expenses. So the next pieces I'm going to do is an extra mortgage payment, which I don't do through Ally anymore because the way Wells Fargo applies it. I'll do that after I record this. Next, I'm going to do my kids' ESAs, so their education savings accounts. So I'm going to go from owner comp to, let's see, who's up first? Cash's ESA. Next is Livy's. So owner comp to ESA Livy. And the last one of the ESAs will be L's. And last one's here, IRAs. So the goal is to continue to be able to bump these percentages up. Right now I'm just working on having a workflow to be able to make them all from within my Ally account and setting up the process. You know, as the business gets bigger and more profitable, I want to kind of keep these fixed, like, personal household expenses flat and be able to bump up these percentages. So as the business grows, I'll just start bumping these up to like 2%, 3%, maybe, once I get these to 2 or 3%, bumping up the brokerage, just kind of ratcheting those things up while trying to keep these budget and fixed expenses more flat. So the last allocation we'll do today is the Roth IRA for Allison. And that's it for today. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments, and we'll get with you next week. Peace.